With the recent controversy surrounding Rooster Teeth, I thought it was worthy of covering one of their subsidiaries, known as Funhaus. How does a once successful channel lose over 70,000 subscribers over the past year? And despite the content not changing too much, the channel continues to fall further and further, despite its promising start and years of success on the platform. This is the Fall of Funhaus. 2015 saw the launch of Funhaus, with the first video being released on the 6th of February 2015. With multiple members of Machinima's series Gaming Inside, of which they left to form Funhaus, as founding members, including Adam, Bruce, Lawrence, Joel, Sean, James and Matt, along with Burnie and Jon, who were not associated with Inside, with Burnie already being a part of Rooster Teeth prior to Funhaus existing. Although some members' internet presence goes back even further and the history of Inside Gaming is even more extensive than stated, it seems as if the move from Inside Gaming to Funhaus was the main factor in Funhaus existing in the first place. Although Machinima closed 4 years later in 2019, Inside Gaming would go full circle and become relevant again in the story of Funhaus many years later. According to the earliest Save on the Way Back machine from March of 2015, the original series was surrounding Grand Theft Auto, Open House, Dude Soup Podcast, and what was called Cruddy Games, which features many episodes of Demo Disc, which would later become its own series. The channel really announced its arrival with its collaborations around the time of its creation. For example, the 310th episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast, released on February 10, 4 days after the intro video, saw Adam make an appearance. Adam and Bruce were also co-anchors on another Rooster Teeth show called The Know. Their co-anchoring took place on Monday, Wednesday and Fridays. In addition to this, on the same day, Achievement Hunter Weekly Update episode 251 also saw an appearance by Adam, and they shared the introduction video. The channel had hit 100,000 subscribers within 12 hours of the release of that first video, and 300k by the 17th of February. On the 19th of that same month, Lawrence and Adam took on James and Bruce in an episode of On the Spot. They also later appeared in the Season 2 finale. They also competed against Achievement Hunter at Let's Play Live 2015, all within a month of the channel's launch. April saw the aforementioned Season 2 finale of On the Spot, and Adam and James guest hosting an episode of Rooster Teeth Recap. The channel and its members were going from strength to strength, and they even hired Jacob a couple of months later. By the end of the year, they'd travelled to Australia to be panellists for RTX, and even more collaborations with the aforementioned Achievement Hunter, and generally more Rooster Teeth collaborations than you could poke a stick at. November also saw a new member join the team, former Game Trailers host Elise, who is also the partner of founding member James. By December of that year, the channel had passed 800,000 subscribers, and it's fair to say that 2015 was a great year for Funhaus. 2016 started out as promising as the previous year, with another member of Game Trailers, Omar, leaving to join Funhaus. But it wouldn't take long for the first departure to occur, with Sean announcing he was leaving exactly a week after Omar had joined at the start of February. Elise, who had joined in late 2015, was promoted to full-time host as a replacement for Sean, although she was already part of Funhaus and a secondary host on occasion prior to the promotion. Later in that month, Funhaus was announced to be part of Rooster Teeth's Let's Play family. While the collaborations with Achievement Hunter continued, and even a series of collaborations with Kinda Funny, April saw the departure of Joel, another founding member of Funhaus. With Joel stating that Funhaus has kind of developed, expanded, evolved, and grown quite enough to the point where he felt that he wasn't needed to be there anymore. After Sean's departure, Bruce was the general manager and Adam was his right-hand man. In that same month, Jacob, who had initially interned, was announced as a full-time Funhaus employee, and Don joined as an editor in May of that year. June saw Funhaus doing more collaborations and conventions, and the channel even hitting 1 million subscribers, although they were premature in their celebrations as YouTube purged accounts. Although Adam's original tweet about it isn't available, Comment on Reddit suggests that they lost 40,000 subscribers through the purge. July started with the announcement of a new show for Funhaus, their first animated show, which was based on a prompt from Open House episode 9, where they were asked to think of a rock band and its members and made up the band name. Later that month, they also debuted the show Twits and Crits. Funhaus was premiered later that year, and Sean even came back and collaborated on a few videos. Their first live-action show, 11 Little Roosters, was announced in December of that year, with the year being rounded out by the hiring of Jon, who was hired to edit. 2016 saw Funhaus gain back those 40,000 purge subscribers from earlier in the year to be well over 1 million subscribers. Funhaus had well and truly cemented their spot in the YouTube and convention landscape by 2017, so there wasn't much to change seemingly. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But let's go through 2017 briefly anyway. They played a sneak peek of the aforementioned animated series in the early months of 2017, although it will be cancelled after one run of 6 episodes, with 11 Little Roosters also being cancelled except after 8 episodes. Twits and Crits got a 3rd season in 2017, but has since seemingly been cancelled, with no new episodes since 2019. They continued to attend conventions through 2017 and was still frequently collaborating with Achievement Hunter. But 2017 wouldn't be without its changes. In December, they announced that they'd be changing from 2 videos a day to just the 1, to focus more on ideas and productions, among other things. Along with this, Comment Show was cancelled and there'd be less Grand Theft Auto gameplays, and Dude Soup would be switching days. Demo Disc and Wheelhouse were going on rotation with one another, as well as more skit-based videos with higher production values. And they also launched Funhaus TV, which was a 24/7 live stream that was essentially previous videos on repeat, with some new and live content being spliced into it. As was previously mentioned, Dude Soup's broadcast change was confirmed on Twitter in early 2018, and a new office to start the year too, courtesy of Fullscreen shutting down. Yay for office tours. They attended their 3rd RTX convention in a row in Australia on the 3rd and 4th of February that year, a day prior to their 3rd birthday. A few days later, Adam, Lawrence and Bruce starred in an episode of $1 Million But. March saw the heavily MS3TK inspired show Theatre Mode premiere, Funhaus Edition. It's called that because Cow, Chop and Achievement Hunter also had their own versions too. Theatre Mode had 2 seasons in 2018 but hasn't been seen since mid-2019, quite like Twits and Crits. Later that year saw the pilot episode of Arizona Circle, which ended up getting a 7-episode season the following year. But perhaps the biggest Funhaus event of 2018 was newer member Alanah, a former writer for IGN. She had appeared in episodes of the aforementioned $1 Million But and Funhaus's own Demo Disc prior to her joining full-time in August of that year after leaving IGN, where she'd been since 2015. The title of this segment, Maybe the Golden Age, is merely a personal opinion, as 2018 was where I watched a lot of Funhaus and it's where I have the fondest memory of the channel and its games, and Alanah was definitely part of that. We'll talk about the departures shortly, but first I want to mention Inside Gaming, the channel where the majority of the founders of Funhaus came from. In 2019, the company that ran Inside Gaming, called Machinima, folded. It was a big deal at the time and I would say it still is. But where does Funhaus come into this, outside of leaving it 4 years prior? Well, Rooster Teeth revived Inside Gaming when Machinima closed, with founding Funhaus members Lawrence, Adam and Bruce being part of the relaunch, along with Alanah, with Lawrence serving as an editor and the other 3 members serving as hosts. Rooster Teeth also managed an archive of the Machinima series. 2021 saw most of the Inside Gaming staff move to other positions within Rooster Teeth. Inside Gaming now only posts weekly, as of recording. Ryan and Lindsay joined the Funhaus team in 2019, and they're both still currently part of the support cast of the channel. It's also a big year for departures too, with September seeing another founding member leave, but this time it was content producer and the person in charge of Funhaus, Bruce, who left Funhaus to be a Twitch streamer, which he still does today. His departure didn't just affect Funhaus though. As a result of leaving Rooster Teeth as a whole, he also left the aforementioned revival of Inside Gaming. He said on Twitter and Instagram on September of 2019 that it's time for me to set out on my own and start my own business. I've been wanting to do this since I left Machinima in early 2015. In regards to his previous work and how this differs, he said, I've never owned these brands or even a portion of them, so it's time for me to dedicate my own time to something I own, me. He also thanked everyone for the support and said that he'll be streaming on Twitch and uploading on YouTube in an attempt to focus on his own brand. When mentioning Funhaus, he went on to say the channel is doing the best it's ever done. This success is a testament to each and every one of the incredibly talented and hard-working individuals, and of course he'll miss making videos and the team. As you'd imagine, his statement was actually longer and more in-depth than that. It'll be linked in the description with a whole bunch of other resources if you want to read the whole thing. He does occasionally make appearances in Funhaus videos to this day. It would only take 3 months for the next founding member to leave, that being Lawrence, who like Bruce also left Inside Gaming at the same time as he left Rooster Teeth and Funhaus. He, once again like Bruce, released a statement on Twitter. He also took to his own channel and announced his departure from Rooster Teeth. His statement on Twitter reads as follows. After 5 incredible years, today I'm announcing that my time at Rooster Teeth is coming to an end. Before anything else, I'd like to thank everyone I've worked with over the years. There are too many amazing people to list them all, but obviously I'll deeply miss seeing James, Elise and Adam every day, not to mention all my new friends on the Inside Gaming team. I wish them all the best and have complete faith they'll continue making cool stuff. Actually, now I get to be surprised by what they make, which I'm really looking forward to. Now for the obvious questions that I can answer. Why am I leaving and what am I doing next? My reasons for leaving are complicated and probably beyond what a notepad screenshot could convey. The simplest version is that I discovered a number of opportunities that I could best pursue on my own. Which kind of leads me to the next question, and I know how it looks. I promise I'm not leaving to become a full-time streamer, even if it might look that way for a little bit. I have a lot of projects already in the works for 2020, but it'll take a few months before they're formed enough to talk about. In the meantime, I really want to finish The Witcher 3, and I might as well stream it. So yeah, even though it's not really my plan to stream full-time, I'll be streaming a lot in the coming months to try and get through my backlog. I have some other ideas for what I want to do with live streams that I've been kicking around but never had the time to do. Now's the perfect time to explore them, so come see me at twitch.tv/SirLar if you want to see what that ends up being. And Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out, and I'll be damned if a job is going to get in the way of that. If you're still reading, that means you care enough that I can thank you too. Everything I've done and everything I will do is entirely because there are people out there that are interested, entertained, or at least go to sleep easier watching what I work on. So thank you for that. Hopefully I can continue making content that's worthy of your time. And just like that, only 3 founding members, James, Matt and Adam, remained at the end of 2019. And Funhaus wasn't starting to feel as close-knit as it once was. Although there have been some great new additions in personnel, and everyone definitely played their part, this felt like it was spiraling into something else, and I wish I could say that 2020 was where it all picked up again. The following section comes with a content warning. Viewer discretion is advised as it mentions allegations of inappropriate behaviour. One of the founding members of Funhaus, Adam, was fired in October of 2020. Before I talk about the details, I would like to mention the following tweet by Rooster Teeth. Adam also released a statement which I'll read afterwards. Our code of conduct is meant for everyone in our community to follow, and that includes anyone who works or partners with Rooster Teeth. We have parted way with 2 employees whose conduct did not reflect the values we strive to uphold in our code of conduct. We are adjusting our programming accordingly to move forward, and we thank everyone for their support and patience during this challenging time. To clarify, Adam wasn't the only one fired. Ryan was also fired. He didn't work for Funhaus exactly, but did work for Rooster Teeth. Ryan's allegations are long and very disturbing. Adam seemed to be a bit more straightforward, but still aren't the best. Explicit images of him were leaked on an online forum. These were obtained because Adam was catfished by a man pretending to be an Instagram model. He was also married at the time, and he was definitely taking pictures and videos in the Funhaus office. And he may have even shared pictures and videos of his wife with the catfish without her consent. Those videos, by the way, were, from what I know, pictures and videos of him and his wife in bed. You can see why Adam was fired, and rightfully so. Here's what he had to say in a statement about the allegations. This feels surreal to write, but as of today I'm leaving Funhaus. I can't tell you how grateful I am to have been a part of this group, and I'm sorry I've undercut its legacy with my stupid actions. I'm sorry to my co-workers, my friends, but most importantly I'm sorry to my wife, who I love with all my heart. She has been nothing but good to me, and now she's having to deal with the mess I've created. I wish my head was in a place to properly talk about this, but it's not. Maybe in time. All I can say is that the last few days have been an unbelievable breach of privacy and peeling back of my life. And it would be one thing if it was isolated to me, but I've dragged others in. I've destroyed long friendships and upturned the life of the most incredible woman I know. Healing takes time, and these scars run deep. To save the most valuable relationship I will ever have, I need to change. I need to be better for her. Jess has always been there for me, and I hurt her. If it takes a lifetime, I'm going to fix this. Her love means the world to me. I'm the one to blame. I'm the one who messed up. I'm stepping away to get help, salvage friendships, and above all else, restore the life I've damaged. Take care of each other. Adam. As I've done throughout this video, I'll update you on how things are at the moment, rather than having to wait till the 2022 section to find out more. Adam currently has no Twitter or Instagram account or presence that I know of, and has essentially gone off the internet. He did make a video a year later and made another statement, which has since been made private. October 2022 saw some more information come out, with Bruce confirming that Adam was part of the reason that he left Rooster Teeth in 2019. Bruce said the following on Reddit in response to a Reddit post. In 2019 at Rooster Teeth, I was alerted to Adam Kovic's incredibly inappropriate behaviour. I reported it to HR, asked HR to fire Adam, and was laughed off the phone by HR. I then left Rooster Teeth because nothing was done about it, which is what I told them in my exit interview. The Reddit post Bruce was responding to was a statement by a former worker at Machinima, which reads as follows. I was signed with Machinima in 2011 to 2012. I was contacted online and asked to come in the West Hollywood office for a meeting about becoming a director/partner with my YouTube channel. I ended up voicing Nina in Sanity Not Included, hosted various other streams, convention coverage, and interviews. Kovic was in that first meeting. I met everyone, about 6 people. Machinima was new. They seemed nice. Adam was flirty and I thought he was cute. I had no idea he was in a relationship. I was 23, 24 at the time. He started emailing me about coming to First Fridays, which was a drinking meet and greet for everyone at Machinima. I came most Fridays and he would come to my car to make out, which led to more. I was not an in-office employee. I was a talent and had a different contract, so typical work relationship issues weren't as visible. Then I'm at the Inside Gaming Awards and I find out not only is he not single, he's been with someone for years. I decided to cut him off. I knew plenty of others in the office, so I still came in when booked to host or etc. One PAX in Boston, Adam showed up to my hotel room begging for attention. I refused. This was about 2 years after I stopped speaking to him. As recent as 2018, he followed me around E3, party to party. At the 3 Black Dot party, I just had it. I stood in the corner of the outside area with my friends to hope he would get a point. One, a former female Machinima employee as well, we'll call her Jane. Her boyfriend ended up yelling at Adam to leave me alone. He responded, "So you did mean to unfollow me?" He then emailed me through his Rooster Teeth email trying to book me for makeup work over and over. I eventually told my now husband the whole story. E3, the years of it. He emailed Adam to his Rooster Teeth email to leave me alone. I'll keep names different as it's their choice to be public. One of my best friends, Becky, was a writer for Machinima before she moved to IGN. She had many issues with Adam and he was turned into HR of Machinima. Nothing was ever done. He was reported more than once. Then the mass exodus of Inside Gaming happened. About 6 months into that, I had a few friends leaving that were in off-camera work departments for Rooster Teeth that were Machinima alumni as well. I became closer with a couple of the sales team members at Rooster Teeth. I told, we'll call him Greg, a senior level manager above Adam, many times about Adam's behaviour and to watch out. After that, I had a former co-worker, Abby, from a different office, start at Rooster Teeth mid-2020. I warned her about Adam and she said a few others in the office did as well. I personally told Greg again, coming to him in the sense that it would be an expensive PR mistake to keep letting Adam slide. Abby also expressed concerns to her new boss, not only about his behaviour, but that his voiceover in videos was vulgar and not appropriate for the platform. We all know how people talk in live gaming, but it's different when you are selling ads to make it profitable. His boss was informed that his content had some issues, and of the rumours. Greg did nothing. 6 months later, the infamous Google Drive was released. Instead of preparing, they just milked profits from Adam's content and then acted shocked about something everyone knew. This behaviour isn't new, it's just public now, and we no longer turn a blind eye to this. The gaming industry's mentality of the 2010s really sucked out my love for gaming. These behaviours from many was not only known but willingly looked over time and time again. About that last part, Bruce said in his comment, "I did not know Adam was reported to HR at Machinima. I started working closely with Adam in 2013 at Machinima, and I was middle management, so I was never privy to these reports." It's also alleged that one or more other employees also left due to Adam's behaviour. Alanah also ended up leaving Funhaus towards the end of 2020, releasing a video about her departure like Lawrence had done prior. Inside Gaming had also just lost another host. She did not leave due to the scandal surrounding Rooster Teeth and Funhaus. She said in the video to seize other opportunities that she couldn't pass up, but she did admit that the timing sucked. If you're wondering where she went or what she's doing now, a month after she left Rooster Teeth, she joined Sony's Santa Monica Studios as a video game writer. She had worked on multiple video games for the studio prior to joining and has since been involved in God of War Ragnarok, Gears 5, After Party, and Cyberpunk 2077. She has made multiple appearances in Funhaus videos since her departure. In fact, her video Q&A Working Conditions at Rooster Teeth is the video that inspired me to even make this video in the first place. Although that video is not about Funhaus directly, and is more about what came out about Rooster Teeth as a whole. The end of 2020 saw just two remaining founding members, James and Matt. After the hellscape that was 2020 for Funhaus, 2021 was generally pretty quiet, and while it has remained the same for a couple of years now, they continue to bleed subscribers. Funhaus has not had a month where they've gained subscribers since Adam was fired. They peaked at 1.68 million prior to Adam's firing and now sit at 1.47, having lost over 200,000 subscribers in that time. In the first half of 2020, they achieved over 10 million views a month. 20 million for the first 3 months of 2020, in fact. Since Adam and Alanah left, they haven't had over 10 million views in a month, with their 2022 average monthly views being around 5 million. Although not all hope is lost, as last month was their biggest since February 2021. But why did this happen? Well, I don't know for certain, but everything discussed prior would give a good indicator. It is in no way the Funhaus that started in 2015. As I mentioned, only 2 founding members are currently still a part of the company, so everyone who went there for certain people have most likely been alienated. The star power and chemistry of the original group definitely had a big hand in their success, and depending on who your favourite member is, you can most likely watch them outside of Funhaus. Like Bruce, if he was your favourite, you can watch him stream now, and Funhaus wouldn't add anything more to that. Alanah was a good addition to the group, but I feel like it doesn't have the star power to grow like it was, and James can't carry the whole of Funhaus by himself. Adam's controversy and the recent drama surrounding Rooster Teeth as a whole likely haven't helped at all. Funhaus have probably been caught in the crossfire with that, although to my knowledge, Funhaus has almost nothing to do with the drama surrounding Rooster Teeth outside of being a subsection of the company. Funhaus has also not really shifted away from the style it's always had. They still play Grand Theft Auto, but to be fair to them, they've started a few new series like Dream Jobs, Full Motion Mondays, and Must Be Dice. I don't know if Funhaus will ever see growth like it was once experiencing, or if it'll just sink further. With the channel now being tainted for a lot of people for one reason or another, it'll just be a matter of time before it's a thing of the past. But I guess time will tell. I definitely wish the current crew all the best.